Welcome to the October 3rd My Creative Life 2014 blog product challenge. This week we are going to be working with those things that are activated by water, meaning they start out dry and then become wet. So I have several of those items in my craft room. One of them would be, of course, watercolor pencils. I also have watercolor cakes, which obviously work the same way. Then there's also gelatos, one of my favorites. And then these little tubes are twinkling H2Os, which are also activated by water. So that's what we're going to be working with this week. I am primarily going to be working with gelatos, I believe. Of course, I could change my mind someplace in the middle here. And if you don't already know it, of course, I have a gelatos class as well as a twinkling H2Os class. There'll be links for that on the blog. So if you want to take one of those classes, and we really do start out at the beginner level. I want you to know everything there is to know about these products. So obviously, I need something to put these on. Now normally when I'm working with a wet product, I choose to work on a card or some tag art, something along that line. I hardly ever use wet products in my scrapbooking, so I wanted to kind of think about that this time around and maybe do some scrapbooking with them. So that kind of made me think about, well, what are my 4 other products that I want to work with? First thing I want is some watercolor paper. This is hot pressed 140 pound watercolor paper. I'll need that to work, although you can work with gelatos and cardstock too. You can do some fun things with watercolor paper. Actually, some of these are pretty new. These are dies that are specifically made for pocket scrapbooking, the 3x4 size. So I think this one is Technique Tuesday and this one's Fawn Lawn. And if you see it, it's got little stitching edges around here, so it gives a faux stitching look. I think that's cute. I found a couple of stencils to use. One's arrows and one is chevrons, I guess, and arrows. And then I decided, well, I was going to need some pattern paper in here too. So I found an old set. You know how I love using old things. This is actually Scenic Route. And actually, they've been out of business for a couple years now. So that tells you how old this is. This is a birthday set. However, the colors I thought worked really well with some pool and summer pictures I have. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I thought these little circles kind of looked like beach balls, so that's kind of where I was going with it. So I definitely am going to work on some scrapbooking, maybe make some journaling cards with my dies, and I have my project inspiration card to do this week, and we'll see what else I come up with. Maybe along the line there'll be a card in there too. Since this is a happy birthday set, it might be fun to do a kid's birthday card with it. So that's my product challenge. I'd love to know what you plan on working on in this week, so be sure to post that information on your blog. And on Friday we will talk about what we did. Please let me know if you have any questions.